My name is Emma. That summer, the house felt heavier than usual, like it was holding its breath, waiting for something to break. Every room carried the echo of things we didn't say, of spaces between two people who'd long stopped trying to fill them. My husband, George, was away more often than he was home. Business trips, late-night calls, laughter that didn't sound like it belonged to me anymore. Our life had become mechanical. Two people maintaining an arrangement that once resembled love. The quiet had a rhythm of its own. Mornings bled into nights. The hum of the refrigerator, the ticking clock, the occasional call that always ended too quickly. I stopped asking when he'd be home. Maybe because I already knew the answer. Then Liam arrived, George's son from his first marriage. 21, polite, a little lost. The kind of boy who still said thank you after dinner, but carried something unreadable in his eyes. He came to stay for a few weeks, figuring out his future, though it felt like he was trying to escape his past. At first, it was easy, familiar. He helped with groceries, joined me for late-night movies, made the house feel less empty. For the first time in months, laughter returned to the living room. Brief, unsteady, but real. I told myself it was harmless. Then one evening, George called again. Another delay, another excuse. After I hung up, I poured myself a glass of wine and tried to quiet the ache that had become too familiar. That's when Liam came downstairs. His hair was still damp, his sweatshirt loose, his presence somehow both casual and deliberate. He sat across from me, silent at first. Then, almost too softly, he said, "You look lonely." I forced a small laugh, but the sound faltered. "Just tired," I murmured. But he didn't look away. There was something in his eyes. Curiosity, concern. Something more dangerous than either. That night, the air felt different. His glances lingered longer. His words seemed to reach deeper. He noticed things no one else had. The way I rearranged books by color, the faint scent of my perfume, the music I played when I couldn't sleep. Attention like that? It had been years since I'd felt it. Then came the moment that shattered the quiet between us. He said, "I don't think George deserves you." I froze. My heart stuttered in my chest. I told him not to say that, but my voice trembled, because part of me wanted someone to see me the way he did, wanted to believe, even for a heartbeat, that I wasn't invisible. The conversation didn't stop. It deepened. He told me about the loneliness that trailed him, about trying to live up to a father who was never really there. I told him about the silence that filled my nights, the version of myself I'd lost somewhere between promises and years. When he reached for my hand, I should have pulled away. I didn't. When he whispered my name, it didn't sound wrong. It sounded like recognition. And when he kissed me, every part of me screamed that it was a mistake. But I didn't stop him. Morning came cruelly. Light slicing through blinds, exposing everything. Guilt flooded in. Sharp, unrelenting. I tried to build walls again, to remind myself that it couldn't happen again. That it had to end before it destroyed what little was left. But the truth was already in motion. Liam didn't retreat. He lingered, quiet, patient, persistent. Brushing past me in the hallway, slipping folded notes into my hand, finding small reasons to stay near. His need frightened me, because it mirrored my own. One afternoon, he asked, barely above a whisper, "Don't you feel alive with me?" And the truth I couldn't say aloud was, yes, I did. But it wasn't love. It was hunger. A temporary rescue from the emptiness that had consumed me for years. I told myself it was fleeting, that I could still control it. But control was the first thing I had already lost. Every shared glance became a confession. Every silence, a question neither of us dared answer. And yet, somewhere in that chaos, I saw the cost. The ruin quietly forming beneath it all. Secrets have weight, and they don't stay hidden forever. Sometimes, late at night, I still see that version of myself, the woman who wanted to feel seen, who reached for warmth even when it was forbidden, the woman who thought a single moment could stay contained. But moments have consequences, and the memory of that night, that soft, dangerous night, still breathes somewhere inside me, reminding me of everything I can never undo.